All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we got a lot of things to talk about. I have a lot of stocks up, a lot of ETFs up, a lot of Yieldmax ETFs, and I want to talk to you guys about some high yielding dividend stocks, high yielding ETFs, because in my portfolio, I only invest for high yielding ETFs. And the reason is it motivates me, as I mentioned plenty of times on this channel. But what I want to talk about in this video is why exactly I only invest in high yielding ETFs. We're talking about a lot of Yieldmax ETFs, which yield about 40%, potentially 93%, and even 114%. And the Yieldmax funds are actually not the only funds that yield these high percents. You have Defiance funds, you have many other funds that can issue these high dividend yields through cover call strategies, synthetic cover call strategies. We're not going to get into that too much in this video. I'm going to be focusing more on the Yieldmax ETFs because that's primarily what I invest in. And so that's what we're talking about. All these high yielding ETFs from Yieldmax. We're currently up to 5,384 subscribers. So please do subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Haven't made a video in a long time, but definitely looking to be more consistent. I apologize, guys, for my inconsistency in posting. Today I worked 11 and a half hours, lighter day. Sometimes I'm working as much as 14 hours a day. So it's very difficult for me to record, but I'm making the effort and let's do it. We got to work hard. We got to stay on the grind. And as you can tell, we've been on the grind in our portfolios because it's been on the come up. I just want to show you guys this. This is not to brag, but this is just to push you guys. You guys need to start investing more money. And it's not necessarily investing in YMAX, for example, as I'm doing in my portfolio, but it's investing in long-term dividend stocks. And now I can't even check my portfolio, so we're going to delete that, no stress. But the reason being is because you need to be investing more money into your portfolios in order to compound and build your wealth. I have my portfolio here. You've seen I have about $12,500 currently in, but in American dollars, we're looking at about $6,000 in current investments. And what are those investments? Simply YMAX. I have 303 shares. I hold SPXS, 82 shares, but it's not really a huge position, only about $600. YMAX is my main position, 303 shares. And those 303 shares, what do they generate me? Last dividend was roughly about 59 cents. So they generate me about 170 US dollars every single month. If I multiply that by the exchange rate, we're looking at about $250 or so every single month. You need to be investing more in your accounts, period, because compound interest over time, no matter what the percent is, even if it's a lower yielding fund, such as Coca-Cola, not a fund, but a stock, the more that you guys can invest, the earlier, the better your money is going to compound. And one thing that I do want to talk about is why I invest so heavily and why I'm currently investing so heavily. High yield investments like YMAX producing a 40% yield, they motivate me to invest. Every time I add more money into my investment account, I see my my monthly dividends grow along with my annual dividends. It's true, but I'm really focused on my monthly income. My monthly income gets me closer and closer to potentially, quitting my job or not having to work as much. And so I'm really trying to grow it. And I understand from Yieldmax specifically, they have very volatile dividends. When we look at other ones like MSTY, you're talking about a 93% yielding dividend ETF. But the thing is, the dividend fluctuates so much. So it's very difficult to have consistent monthly income when you're investing in, let's say, single Yieldmax ETFs. We have Fiat, which is the coin short option income strategy ETF that Yieldmax just came out with, 115% dividend yield, one of the highest dividend yields in the Yieldmax ETFs, which is why I brought it up. But what I do want to say is you can't rely specifically on Yieldmax ETFs because they're very volatile. Sure, you have YMAX. You could somewhat rely on YMAX to produce you a 40% dividend yield. That's cool. Let's say I have my $12,799, which I had in my account. We multiply that by 40%. We're looking at about $5,000 a year annually, but we got to divide it by 12. We're looking at about $426. That's pretty good. That's not bad. $426 every single month coming in. That's awesome, which will obviously be used to reinvest. But there's other high yielding ETFs out there as well, like MSTY, which pay a 93% dividend yield. If I was to take my same amount, $12,799 times 0.93%, I'm looking at about $12,000 in annual dividend income divided by 12, $991. We'll call it about $1,000. And sure, you can invest in fiat. I wouldn't say this is going to be consistent. With Coney, the long for coin, over the past year, it's been performing very well, and it did have a dividend yield over 100% and was consistent for many, many months. But I do think that is a rare case. But it just goes to show, even a $12,000 investment could yield you $1,000 every single month with these Yieldmax ETFs. Of course, they must be reinvested in order for them to work, because if you're just taking it out and you're not reinvesting, then you're going to see your capital slowly depleting, because these funds pay out such big dividends that normally their share prices suffer from those dividend distributions. Now, what I want to talk a little bit about is how my YMAX position's been performing. And you could see all the way back from 3 months ago. You can't see, it's hard to see here, but 3 months ago, I only had $250 in my Questrade account. Now I have almost $13,000, and I've been investing so heavy. And one of the reasons why is because I'm not upgrading my lifestyle. This video is taking a turn here for the better, because we need to talk about our lifestyle. Most people I see at my current job, they get a bonus, they get a raise, and what do? They upgrade their car. They buy something nicer. Why are you doing that? Why are you sticking yourself in a position where you're not going to be able to have freedom? You're literally locking yourself into contracts for what? A nicer vehicle? Your vehicle gets you from A to B and it runs nice. Keep it. And you know what you should do instead? You should buy more dividend ETFs. You should buy more dividend stocks, whatever is going to pay you cash flow. You can use your interest earned in order to buy these vehicles, not just buying them outright and then not having money to invest in dividends, because it's very important to make money passively. Otherwise, you're always going to be stuck working for your money. And one thing I do want to say, now we're switching gears kind of to SPY. You can see SPY is pretty much at an all-time high. This is the S&P 500. I'm just zooming out here to the 5-year. Fairly consistent. YMAX has been lagging behind, and I'm not necessarily concerned, just because I look at the underlying stocks. YMAX holds all the Yieldmax ETFs. You're looking at, underlying stocks, quote unquote, which are Tesla. You have Apple, Amazon, Google, Netflix, Microsoft. You have Nvidia, Facebook, Coinbase, and a whole bunch more, right? So there's a lot of stocks that go into YMAX, and when looking at their underlying holdings, when we see Tesla has recently taken a hit. When we see other stocks like MSTR has recently taken a hit. Same thing with Coinbase, recently taken a hit. So all these stocks that are in YMAX have been taking hits, and that's kind of why YMAX has been underperforming from SPY, and why I'm not necessarily too concerned. I think that a lot of these stocks are going to rebound in the future. And so I would just be looking to buy YMAX as the price is currently down, because that's what we want to do. We want to accumulate shares when prices are down. We want to be confident in our investments if we believe they're going to be good long-term investments. That's what I believe YMAX is, and that's why I'm investing so heavily, and I'll keep you guys posted, of course, with anything that I do. But this is just a video to motivate you, to show you guys that I've been investing. Even though I haven't been posting, I'm pushing more money into my accounts, and I encourage you guys to do the same. I don't encourage you guys to invest in the same as me, because you guys need to make your own decisions. This is not financial advice. I'm specifically showing you guys what I'm doing, nothing more. But what I am saying is, you should be investing more money into yourself in order to earn yourself more passive income. It is going to get you more freedom. Don't be buying more expensive vehicles, houses, and things just because you make more money. Buy more dividend stocks. Upgrade yourself, upgrade your finances. Don't put yourself in a position where you are going to mobilize yourself and lack freedom because of your poor financial decisions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it motivated you to put some more money in your investing accounts, and I hope it motivated you to upgrade your dividend income. If it did, remember to subscribe. Up to 5,384 subscribers. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'll try to post as much as I can. I'll do my best, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.